A question that I get a lot is, what is it like going to a local show for a local band? And I think the question that they're asking is, how's the atmosphere, or how are the people, maybe? But I tend to get this question a lot. And I can tell you from my standpoint how I got into the scene and what is it like at a show. Maybe it can help somebody else out who's thinking about seeing a local show because their friend is in a band and they want to go and see their friend play, but they're kind of not sure about the atmosphere, or you kind of want to go solo. And you're not really sure what to expect. This would be like one of your first times out by yourself with nobody else, and you're kind of nervous about it. And what is it like being at one of those shows? And I thought I might be able to share, and why I will give you all the love and support to go and do that. For me, I started, it wasn't until I was later in life as an adult that I had a friend who was in a band who's called Such Marvelous Monsters. She was in this band and she told me to check out her music. And I did it. I instantly fell in love with the music and fell in love with the demo. She invited me out to shows, and I was always getting caught up at work, but finally I went out to their shows. I fell in love, and it's been over a year since then, and I have gone to probably over, I don't know. So I've had a lot of experience with it. Just so, if you're wondering how local shows work, typically you'll get, you'll probably see like Facebook invites. If you're all, the best way to find local shows to me is Facebook invites. Simply because you can sign up to Instagram, but Instagram doesn't really post chronological at this moment in time. They're not posting chronological. So even if you are following a band on Instagram, you probably won't see that post unless you already have a lot of interaction with them. Sorry, my dog. With them prior to that. Twitter, you might get a good response, but I found out there's not a whole lot of local bands that are on Twitter. And even then, you might be fed up with a lot more replies on Twitter. So the best way I found to find local shows is through Facebook. You don't know anyone in any band, you probably can start with a venue. If you know a place that plays live music, you can go and see when their shows are going to be posted. Constantly check their venue out, see what kind of flyers they have, maybe as well. If not, check on Facebook. But typically it's Facebook. So an event will be posted on Facebook. It will be on July 20th, whatever. And you'll see like there's going to be a time. There might be a cover charge. There may not be, but cover charges are usually $5 to $8, somewhere around that range. So nothing too expensive, nothing out of this world. And you're going to be seeing like 3 different bands, and that cover charge will be going towards those bands. And as many people show up, the more money they get paid. The more the bar gets, more cut, whatever the case may be. You will get this Facebook invite, or you'll see it. Typically, every show is at a bar or tavern or pub, whatever you may want to call it, whatever kind of bar it might be in. This also depends on genres of music. That you'll start to see a pattern of where venues play, what kind of genres of people play. And you'll walk in, put your cover charge out. If you've never been to a bar before, it might seem a little, but it's literally not that big of a deal. When you walk in, it's just like any other bar. You might see the bands setting up on stage. It is completely fine to, if you know somebody in the band, to go up to them and talk to them. You know, it's a very casual environment. You might get asked, I get asked all the time. I'm not sure if it's because I'm carrying a camera around with me. If you're a part of the band, you might get asked that just because of your looks or something like that. But if somebody who works at the bar asks you that, be honest, say no, don't cause trouble. Most people don't know how to behave once sound check starts coming. And really, for a sound check, just grab your beer, kind of be quiet. You just kind of want the whoever is going to be running their machines for them, the sounds for the bar, sounds for the show, just kind of let them listen to what the band's trying to say and yell across the stage, and kind of just let the band get in tune, trying to like talk over them. I kind of feel like people who do that are kind of like being buttholes. Maybe not, but maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I kind of just feel like they'll let the band do their sound check. They'll just be on the microphone, check 1 2 1 2. Just kind of relax, find your spot at that point where you want to stand. Get out of the way of people who have cell phones or cameras. You don't want to be like right in the nosebleed if there's people trying to like take pictures or video. Somebody like me who likes to take pictures and video, get out of my way. Do you have to stand right there? But I do, so beat it. But stand up when you do hear the music. I say like it's very respectful to stand, and you don't have to dance, but just standing is enough, and looking at the band and connecting with them that way is probably like the biggest tip I can give you throughout this whole video. Is look at the band, stand up, be into their music, listen, don't be on your phone, don't be all doing all that stuff. Don't let the band go to waste. Don't let the night go to waste just because you wanted to check Twitter or whatever. Like I said, you don't have to dance. If you do feel like dancing though, bands do not mind if you dance. I can't stress that enough. If you feel like they're playing your song, if you feel like you can get down to whatever they're playing, I say go ahead and dance. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. That's not disrespectful. They actually love it. I know I dance when I go to shows to songs that I know, or to bands I don't even know, and it's always like, man, we must be playing really good if somebody was feeling our music that much. Again, you don't have to, but if you feel like you want to, go ahead. Just standing and looking at them, holding your beer, it's just enough. It's just enough to be kind. That's the kindest thing you can do. That's the best thing to do when you're at a show. You can sit if you feel like you're getting tired of standing, or if you've had too much to drink. Obviously sit. Main thing is just make sure that the band knows you're just giving them attention. That's really it. But so a question that I get from time to time is, are the people who go to these local bands, are they like music snobs themselves? Or I imagine that you get a lot of people who are, did you hear so-and-so and so-and-so? Like it's all just local talk about other bands and other projects that are going on. And really, I mean, yes, there's a lot of local talk. You don't have to pretend like you are in the loop though. Nobody expects you to be. You don't have to, it's not like a cool kid contest. I noticed that there is, in the Houston scene, this sort of like cool kid who's in a cool band thing going on. With in bands, people are literally just happy that you're coming out to see this show. That's typically what I found. If this is your first time hearing them, you'll just get people to ask, like, hey, well, check us out online. Like that's pretty much a thing. I know when I started going, it wasn't like I knew a whole lot. I was just there to see that one band. I was that guy, and I wasn't crucified whatsoever. Every show I've ever went to, if I still haven't even heard the band before I've got there, they still welcome me in open arms. But really, it's such a casual environment. It's like I said, just like going to a regular bar. Some other don'ts might just be don't tell other bands that one band was better than another or anything like that, because word travels so fast around the local scene. I always recommend check out somebody that you like, or go to a venue that you like, or somebody asks you if you want to go to a show. I recommend it. I think it's a good time. It's a good way to meet new people. Honestly, it is. Um, I don't know if there's much else I can say. I think that's about a wrap on it. If you had any comments, don't leave them. I won't read them. I'm expecting every comment to be mean, like, this guy sucks or whatever. But if I at least help one person go see a band, I'm fine with that. Um, that's all really I wanted to say. Um, so until then,